Hi, this is Hari Prasad, Assistant Professor in Chemistry Department. Today we discuss about non-conventional energy resources. This is the topic of Unit 5. In the Unit 5, two parts are available. One part is Part A is spectroscopy. Part B is non-conventional source of energy. Today we discuss about Part B, non-conventional source of energy. Different types of resources are available in the environment. Some resources are exhausted, some resources cannot be exhausted. Exhausted resources is called conventional energy resources. Not exhausted resources is called non-conventional energy resources. That means there is also called renewable energy resources. Non-conventional energy resources is also called renewable energy resources. Different types of non-conventional sources of energy available in the environment or atmosphere. In our syllabus, we discuss about solar cell energy, wind energy, hydropower energy, geothermal energy, and also discussed about ocean thermal energy resources and tide and wave energy resources. Today, the first energy resources we discussed, there is solar energy. So what is the introduction of the non-conventional energy resources? Non-conventional energy resources is also called renewable energy resources. The energy resources which cannot be exhausted, and can be used again and again are called renewable energy resources. Which resources are used number of times, cannot exhaust, cannot complete it. How many times are used? There is repeatedly formed. Energy generated by using wind. The energy is generated by use of different purpose. There is the use of wind, tides, solar, geothermal, heat, biomass, including farm and animal waste. Different types of tides, solar, hydropower energy, wind energy, solar, different instrumentations are used, different purpose based on the use to produce or to generate energy. Different which energy to generate electrical energy. Okay, that is called non-conventional energy resources. So non-conventional energy resources means cannot be exhausted and can be used and again and again. That is called renewable energy resources, which is the solar energy, wind energy, tide energy, and geothermal energy, and also hydropower energy, and etc. The all type of to produce energy resources is called non-conventional energy resources. All the resources are renewable. Renewable means it is easily formed by day. Or inexhaustible. Exhaustible means completed. Inexhaustible cannot completed. And do not cause environment pollution. Which type of energy preparation process cannot produce any harmful substance, any pollutions in the environment. So there is the good industrial process cannot affect in the environment. It is the environmental friendly process. For example, solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, and hydroelectricity energy. That means hydropower energy, etc. Different types of. What is the conventional energy resources or non-renewable energy resources? Conventional energy resources means which energy are easily exhausted, easily completed. So one day and cannot be used repeatedly because it is the quantity is reduced per day by day. So that's why easily exhausted. So one day and cannot be used repeatedly are called non-renewable energy resources. Non-renewable energy resources is also called conventional energy resources. The example of non-renewable energy resources are coal, petroleum, natural gases, and nuclear energy. And also one of the nuclear energy. Nuclear energy. Different types of energies also available, but which energy is easily exhausted, cannot continue process. Okay, what is the difference between conventional source and non-conventional source? Conventional source means non-renewable resources, non-renewable energy resources. Non-conventional means renewable resources. Renewable resources. First, conventional source of energy refer to traditional source of power like charcoal, firewood, coal, petroleum. Petroleum, coal, firewood, charcoal, different types of fuels are called conventional source or non-renewable energy resources. Non-conventional source of energy are recently developed source of energy from sun, wind, water, tides, geothermal, and etc. Which are the renewable resources. The source of energy are non-renewable. The source are renewable energy resources. Generation of energy is expensive. The process is expensive. In this, initially cost of generation is high, starting units cost is high, but cheaper in the long time. On the long period, there is all the freely available. Okay, they cause large scale pollution. Which type of energy to produce harmful gases or pollutions? It is affect in the human beings, environment, and animals, plants. They are eco-friendly source of energy. They cannot produce pollutions in the environment. Okay. So the first energy resources is solar energy. Solar energy means sun energy or sun rays. The sun rays is also called solar energy. Solar energy, the common renewable energy source is the radiation energy. Solar energy is called radiation energy. Okay, which is generated from sun or solar energy. Solar energy may be converted into thermal energy. It is converted into thermal energy and also converted into electrical energy. So we use of solar energy to produce or to generate electrical energy and thermal energy. Which device is to produce electrical energy? Which device to produce thermal energy? Photovoltaic cell photovoltaic cell or solar cells is also called solar cells. Photovoltaic cells to produce electrical energy. Solar dish, solar towers, some solar thermal systems. That means solar thermal collectors. Some solar thermal collectors to produce heat. That means thermal energy. Okay. Solar energy to produce directly electrical energy. Electrical energy. And also solar energy to produce thermal energy. Thermal energy means heat. Which device to produce thermal energy? There is called solar thermal units, like a solar dish, solar towers, different types of solar towers, solar dishes to produce thermal energy. Which device to produce electrical energy? The device is called PV cell or PV device. It is also called photovoltaic cell. Photovoltaic cell. So photovoltaic cell or PV cell, it is also called solar cells. Okay, solar cells to produce directly electrical energy. Some collectors, solar towers, solar dishes to produce heat energy. The heat is next to convert into electrical energy. Cannot convert directly electrical energy in this process. But in this process, to directly to convert into electrical energy by the photovoltaic effect. Photovoltaic effect. Okay. It is generated by two different methods. One is photovoltaic and thermal energy. Solar thermal energy to produce heat. In this technology, collectors are used to concentration of sunlight, with mirrors or lenses with glasses. To use heliostat glasses or mirrors to produce concentrated heat or thermal heat. Mostly used to produce electricity. After production of the thermal energy next to convert it into electrical energy by the heat transfer systems, like a steam, by the steam to produce electricity. This technology is known as concentrated solar power. This technology is known as concentrated solar powers. Okay. In solar cells or solar energy have two parts. Two different methods. One method to produce directly electrical energy. Another method cannot directly produce electrical energy. First, which is to produce thermal energy, then after to produce electrical energy. Some cases, thermal is also used in the heating purpose, water heated and building heated, space heated, swimming pool heated. So different purpose. Most of this purpose is also to produce electrical energy, but cannot directly produce electrical energy. Okay. This is the solar dish. This is the solar towers. So some parabolic dishes act as a collectors that focuses sun rays on a pipe filled with fluid which can transfer heat. For example, this is the solar dish. The solar dish absorption of the sunlight, which light is reflected by one pipe device. Which pipe is, this is the pipe, fluid pipe. This pipe is fluid pipe. The fluid pipe absorption of heat, it is converted into steam. The fluid converted into steam. The steam is passed into turbines, which to release the electrical energy or current. This is the solar dish. The another is solar towers, which is the heliostats. There is the heliostats. The heliostats absorption of sunlight and reflected to solar receiver tower. The receiver tower to collect the all heat from the all heliostats. It contains some steel pipe, which pipe is passed to heat the bottom area to contains water. The bottom area to contains water container or water tub. The heat is passed into water. The water is converted into steam. The steam is to produce. The steam is passed into turbines. The turbine is to produce electrical energy. This is the solar dish and solar towers, which is the first to produce thermal energy. Next, the thermal energy used different purpose. One of the purpose is also to produce electrical energy, and another purpose, the thermal energy used solar heaters, solar swimming pools, solar buildings, solar space, by using different purpose. The next, second method is photovoltaic cell, PV cell or solar cell. In this method, the solar energy directly converted into electrical energy by use of solar cells or by solar photovoltaic effect. The generation of voltage means current across the PN junction diode. How to produce current from the photovoltaic cell? The cell is absorption by sunlight. The sunlight, like a photon, directly produce electrical energy in a photovoltaic cell, because to creation of the electrons and holes in a PN junction diode. Okay, the generation of voltage across the PN junction in a semiconductors due to the absorption of light radiation is called photovoltaic effect. What is the photovoltaic effect? Photovoltaic effect means the generation of voltage across the PN junction diode, in a semiconducting material by the absorption of light. For example, this is the semiconducting device. The semiconducting device is designed by N-type layer and P-type layer. The semiconducting device is consists of silicon atoms. The silicon atoms used to prepare solar cell. Which cell? The top layer is a N-type layer, bottom layer thick layer. Okay, thin layer is a N-type layer, thick layer, bottom thick layer is a P-type layer. What is the N-type and P-type? N-type layer means which contains more electrons. P-type layer which contains electron holes. Holes. It contains electrons. More electrons layer is called n-type layer. Holes, less electrons, that means positive holes create in the layer is called p-type layer. Both layers are present in the semiconducting device, which is to design or to consist of a silicon atoms. The silicon atoms doping with phosphorus element and doping with boron element. When boron element add in the silicon, there is called p-type layer. The phosphorus element add in the silicon material, the layer is called n-type layer. So n-type layer 2 contains more electrons. P-type layer 2 contains less electrons. That means holes presented. Okay. So based on when PV cells are assembled, they formation of PV modules. For example, this is the PV cell. One PV cell only to produce very less amount of voltage. There is only 0.5 voltage. Number of PV cells are connected. Number of PV cells are connected. There is called panel. There is called panel. Number of panels also connected. Number of panels is also connected. There is called PV modules. PV modules. It is called PV modules. Number of PV modules are connected. There is called arrays. Okay. PV cells are assembled. They form a PV modules like a panels. This is the panel. Number of panels are collected. PV arrays. Solar cells are often made from silicon of semiconducting material. It is the design or manufactured by semiconducting material. It contains silicon atoms. Such silicon atoms is a crystal nature. Okay na? How to working PV cell? How to form electricity? For example, this is the PV cell device. PV cell device. The top layer is n-type layer. Bottom thick layer is p-type layer. N-type layer, p-type layer, both are combined in a system is called semiconducting device. First of all, the sunlight, okay, the sunlight scatter in the first n-type layer side. So when the n-type layer and p-type layer, both two layers combined, the middle of the layer is, this is the middle of the layer. The middle of the layer is the PN junction diode. PN junction diode. So PN junction diode, actually n-type layer 2 contains electrons, p-type layer 2 contains holes. The both layer, the middle of the, between the p-type and n-type layer, the system, the part is called PN junction diode, which is the to pass off electrons and holes. The electrons is passed to p-type layer, holes are passed to n-type layer. Okay na? Between the p-type and n-type layers, which type is to create negative charge. To create negative charge, it is to create positive charge. It creates positive charge. Why to create negative charge on p-type and positive charge and n-type, n side? Because the electrons are attracted by holes, holes are attracted by electrons. That's why holes passed into n-type layer and electrons passed into p-type layers to create negative charge on the p-type side, to create positive charge on the n-type side. This is the PN junction area. This is the PN junction area. So when the sunlight, when the sunlight attack or scattered in the p-n junction places where sunlight means photon. With photon to produce electrical field, that means the photon to produce electrons and holes. To produce electrons and holes. How to create electrical field in the semiconductor? Because on the reasons of the sunlight scattered on the p-n junction diode or semiconducting material. Okay, na? Where then the light is to produce, to generate electrons and holes. Electrons. Okay, this is the p-n junction, this is the n-type, p-type. The sunlight pass into p-n junction diode. The electrons passed into negative n-type layer side and the holes are passed into p-type layer. Why? Because where p-type side have a negative charge, where n-type side have a positive charge. With positive charge to gain of electron, to attract the electrons, so all electrons is passed into n-type layer. With negative charge to attract the holes, all holes are passed into p-type layer. The more electrons is formed or generated n-type side, more holes are generated in p-type side. Then that means the electrical field is created by the sunlight. So more electrons is created n-type, more holes are created p-type side. So the more electrons is, more holes is, more electrons to pass into, electrons are passed into the bulb to produce light. Next, the electrons is passed to, electrons are passed to p-type side, where holes are neutral by electrons. All holes are neutral by electrons. The electrons is passed to n-type side to p-type side, where to fix the any bulb which produce light. That means pass of light current. So this is the working of the photovoltaic cell. This is the diagrams of the solar cells. Where solar cells, this is the n-type layer and p-type silicons. The p-type silicon is the bottom area, n-type layer is the top area, where light is passed into p-n junction diode. The light is passed into p-n junction diode, where light is to produce holes and electrons. The light is produced holes and electrons. Electrons pass to n-type layer. Holes are passed to p-type layer. Where bulb is fixed, the electrons is passed to n-type layer to p-type layer. Okay, this is the electrical current passed, which is the charge controller, which is the system of the battery, is like a direct current power. The direct current power converted into AC current. Okay. Applications of solar cells. Okay, solar cells are used in a street light. Water pumps are operated by use of solar batteries. They are used in the calculators, watches, radio and TVs. They are used for eco-friendly driving vehicles. Silicon solar cells are used as power source in spacecraft and satellites. solar cells can even be used in a remote places, and some forest areas also used solar cells to produce electrical current by effect of the atmosphere. That is the applications of solar cells. Okay, next, solar energy applications. For example, some systems arranged to produce different types of applications. Concentrated solar power plant. Concentrated solar power plant to produce electrical energy. Photovoltaic cell to produce electrical energy. But it will directly produce electrical energy. It first to produce thermal energy, after to produce electrical energy. Next, solar water heater systems to use hot water. Passive solar energy, solar cars, solar power satellites, solar cookings, and regenerative fuel cell systems, solar pumpings, solar heating of buildings, and solar greenhouse. This is the systems of the by use of solar cells. PV cell is the one of the system by use solar energy to convert into electrical energy. Concentration of solar power systems unit to take solar energy and to produce thermal energy. Next, the thermal energy convert into electrical energy. And solar heater systems to use solar energy to hot water. Next, solar cars. The cars are used solar energy to move the directions. Solar power some satellites are working by use of solar energy. Solar cookings. Solar cooking means some cooking units to take the solar energy and to prepare food materials. To prepare food. Okay. Different types of solar pumping, solar heaters, buildings. Buildings are heated, water heated by solar energy, and swimming pools are also heated by solar energy. Different types of applications of solar energy. Okay. Thank you.